Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and I've just finished charging the Xiaomi Pad 7, which we unboxed in a previous video here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel, and now it's time to set it up. Yes, I'm ready to set up the Xiaomi Pad 7. So first things first, let's find that power button. If you have the selfie camera at the top of the tablet facing you, say hello to my lovely flannel shirt, and then long press the button at the top left of the tablet, it will turn on. And in this case, you see the Xiaomi logo in the middle and powered by Android. Yes, just as other versions of Xiaomi's operating system, this is powered by Android. Now, whilst the operating system is no longer called MIUI, it's now called HyperOS, let's set this up. It's a nice big 11-inch screen. I'm going to tap OK, and we're going to start off by choosing our language. In my case, yes, it is English United Kingdom. And then I'm going to click Next. Choose your region, again, United Kingdom, Next. And that's done. So now you have the terms and conditions. I do suggest you read through this. I'm going to say that I've read this and then click Next. I have done this many other times. Now, next up, it's suggesting we set up using another device. I don't want to do this. I want to set up the Xiaomi Pad 7 as a new device. So I'm going to click Skip. Next up, I need to connect to my Wi-Fi network. So I'll just be a moment. Great, and that should be me now connected. Next up, it says that it's getting my tablet ready. No doubt we'll be setting up certain things like configuration of applications for the UK market. There's quite a lot going on in the background here, but they make it easy for you because you don't need to worry about all that. Okay then, so next up I need to sign in using my Google account. Okay then, that's my two-factor authentication kicking in. I need to take my other device, which I have here on the side, and confirm that it's me. And then once you do that, you'll get the usual setup details, agreeing to the Google Terms of Service. And again, now we need to connect to the internet and get more info. Next up, Google's suggesting that we copy apps and data. Again, I don't want to do this. I'm going to click the Don't Copy at the bottom left of the screen to skip that. Then you have Google services, all these wonderful services which we know and trust. So I'm going to click Accept and keep the device backed up using Google Drive. Turn on backup. So there we go. Next up, you need to choose your search engine. This is a very European thing. So you get a list of different search engines on your device that will act as the default. And as usual, I'm going to say that in Google we trust and select Google. Next up, we get to choose a screen lock. So let's start off. We need to have a pattern to start off. So I'm going to enter that. You do get a little warning telling you that you need to remember your password. Once it's set, it's set. So bear with me. Okay then, so that's the passphrase set up. I'm going to click on Continue. Do you want contacts to find and share content with you? Yes, I do want to have that on. It's quite a useful feature. Then you have Gemini, usual assistant service. I'm not going to say the G word, and try it hands-free with the Hey G word, and I'm going to switch that on. Next up, you get given the option to add another email account, change how text displays, change the wallpaper, or review additional apps. I'm going to skip that. So that's the Google section of the setup pretty much done. Then you get more Xiaomi basics, asking you for permission to have access to your location, send and usage and diagnostic data, personalized ads, and so on. And I'm going to say that's okay. I do not want to set this up for a child, unless you consider me to be a child, but in this case I'm not switching on parental controls, but it is an option you can use on this tablet. So if you're setting it up for a child, it's very handy. And what I'm going to do is go with the default font setting, but you can choose the Mi Sans, Xiaomi's own font, which they believe to be better. It does take up a little bit more space, but in this case I'll just go with the standard default font. Next up, you get a nice little tutorial on gestures on the tablet. So I'm going to go ahead with that. Yes, we're okay with that. And Xiaomi HyperOS is setting itself up. It's been a pretty painless experience so far. It also works in landscape, depending on how you set it up, but it now tells you that setup is complete. So, first impressions, really nice tablet. That LCD screen is nice and bright and has nice saturated colors. It's a really nice tablet to get started off with. I'm going to click continue and we'll go through some of the extra setup steps. One thing I do not enjoy is on this Xiaomi Pad 7, if you don't have a case on it, it's a bit wobbly. You'll see that if I press here, it wobbles a bit. That's not really a big thing. I do already have a case for this tablet and will be doing a separate video on that case and doing a bit of a review of it. And you'll see that we have a few bits here. Google Play Protect is turned on and it's installing applications. It's suggesting we finish the setup of my device. Essentially, it's going to try and force us to copy from another device. So let's see what happens. See, it's suggesting that we set up using another device. I'm going to skip that because I want to set this up as a new one. And again, now that we're in the flow and we actually have access to quick settings and the notifications, it's a lot more tablet-like. It was a bit too sterile before that. It then tells us that it may take a few minutes. Okay then, we're at the end of the reinforced attempt to get us to copy device apps from other devices and set things up. It's the same end screen where you get the options to add another email account, change how text displays, change wallpaper and so on. And I'm going to say no thanks. I just want to get into the tablet now. And let's see how long it takes. That wasn't fast enough. But there we go. So that's us in. It is a bit laggy at the moment, but this is still, it has a lot of stuff going on in the background. For example, we have Google Play, which is updating itself and any apps that are pre-installed. But yeah, this is not the smoothest of experiences. And I don't think it's the Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset that's on this. This is a 7 Plus series chipset, which is nice and powerful. But obviously there's so much going on in the background, yeah. 31 app updates pending. Some of them are the Xiaomi pre-installed apps, some of them are the canonical Google ones. So if you swipe up from the bottom, you get that. So this is a very, very, very iOS or fruity Apple-like one. There is no app drawer, but let's go and change that. I do really prefer having an app drawer, as we've seen in many videos before here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. So to do that, we should probably go to home screen, and it says home screen classic. If I tip on that, I'm going to select with app drawer. It's interesting that we weren't given that option during the setup as far as I noticed. If you noticed, please let us know in the comments. I probably made a mistake there, but in this case I've had to go with that. Next up, let's go back to display and brightness and select dark mode. I select dark mode because on most devices with OLED displays, it's a way of saving battery power. But in this case, it's also for essentially having a bit less eye strain. So now that that's done, you see that the loading of the home screen took a few moments. We're back in here and you can pull up and see the app drawer with all your apps. So in this case, apps that I probably won't be using on this 11-inch tablet, TikTok. I'm going to find that here. TikTok, long press on it. Got the uninstall button. It just gives you a little confirmation. Do you want to uninstall TikTok? Uninstall. Bingo, bango, bongo. WPS Office, uninstall. Done. What else can we... LinkedIn. This is a personal device. I don't plan on using LinkedIn on my personal tablet. Let's see what else. I think we'll keep Netflix. But yeah, this is good. It's now much more responsive. Things are happening. Let's see how things are going in the Google Play Store app. Bit of lag here, opening the Play Store. I doubt it is anything to do with the amount of memory or the chipset. It's supposed to be nice and fast. It may just be that the Play Store is updating itself. So we have Wi-Fi on, nothing's playing in the background, we're connected to the correct Wi-Fi network. Very odd. Yeah, it's just probably busy and it's trying hard to do stuff. I can see the Google app itself is updating. It's just blanking out, so not a great experience there. Let's see if there are any other settings that need updated. Is there a system or operating system update happening in the background? About tablets, it's HyperOS 2.0.5. Let's update that at the same time. So there's optimization for animations. Let's download that update at the same time. System apps updater. So these are Xiaomi apps that need updated. Let's do that. File manager, themes, and so on. Yeah, definitely a bit of lag there. Hopefully this is just part of the setup because there's so much stuff going on in the background. But I'm a little worried. So here's an example of a floating window. This gives you the option to drag floating window by its upper edge to move it around and tap to view more options. Drag lower corners to resize. So see, it's just like a window in Microsoft Windows on a Chromebook, on a Mac. And then if you tap at the top, you get the option to force it to be in one part of the screen or the other. It's just a shame that the Play Store is not showing anything at the moment. So what I'll do is just put that up to the top and let's see if we can open another thing. So this is how you use split screen on the Xiaomi Pad 7. Okay, let's turn on the privacy settings in Chrome. There we go. So let's just try, for example, looking at YouTube through the Chrome browser. I tend not to do this unless I'm looking at a different account from my usual one. But in this case, let's open this up. You can see there's a few different videos suggested here. We'll allow YouTube notifications to happen. We'll allow Chrome to send notifications, and we'll just type in. In this case, we'll go with 15T Pro. Lots of nice videos there. Chrome, again, it's a bit laggy, but it's probably because of the setup happening in the background. And if I pull down here, I can see, yes, there's the operating system update. Is the Play Store playing up a bit? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, here we go. 8 updates in progress. Yes, it is working hard, but I would say overall the experience is noticeably laggier than on other devices we've set up, such as the Honor Magic Pads 2 and so on. So yeah, it's taking its time. I will reserve judgment for after we have set the device up and also had some time using it as our main tablet. But for now, I think we can wrap this video up. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. It was a bit of a painful experience from a user perspective. I would have expected more from a device with this Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chipset and plenty of RAM, because this is the 8 gigabytes of RAM version. So that's a powerful computer, but it was definitely struggling there with everything going on during the update. Right then, as usual, if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, anything we think makes the travel experience better. And we will be following this video up with a video about the case I purchased for this device on Amazon. So make sure you're subscribed, have that notification bell on to be notified of when we do actually publish the videos. And if you have any questions, if you'd like to know more, if you would like to tell me why I was wrong trying to do too much on the tablet as it was being set up, do leave us a comment in the section below. We'll do our best to get back to you. And again, thanks for watching if you've made it this far. Bye from me.